Caramba.
Here we go then, time for the fourth instalment of virtual MotoGP races with Fabio Quartararo on pole position for a third time. There he is, pumping himself up, getting himself into the zone ahead of this one. Hopefully, I'm sure for the Frenchman, that is, it was going to be third time lucky. Can he get the jump that he wants from pole position? The lights go out in Misano and we are underway for the fourth virtual MotoGP race. It's a good start from Alex Marquez. Meanwhile, Valentino Rossi gets sandwiched on the way into turn one and down goes Pecco Bagnaia and Maverick Vinales as well. That's two of the opening three race winners already out. Taki Nakagami's crashed out as well, and somehow Fabio Quartararo has emerged from the rubble in front.
Yeah, absolutely lightning start from Fabio. We see Rossi just cutting a little bit of the corner there, trying to make his way up to third place, and he goes down with Alex Marquez. I think Alex stayed up there, but it's absolute nightmare from what was a good start for Rossi. Already down to 7th, in fact 8th now.
He's dropping down the leaderboard very quickly as Valentino Rossi. It was a good start, as you said, Jack, from the middle of the second row of the grid, but unfortunately all that good work has gone in the blink of an eye with that incident with Alex Marquez. There's Michele Pirro already gone down in what we've become accustomed to it now, chaotic opening lap in these virtual races. But the big worry for everyone else, Jack, is the fact that Fabio Quartararo has hit the front and looks to be escaping, because he was absolutely lightning in qualifying. And, well, if he can continue that sort of pace in this one, no one's going to get near to him.
I mean, I think everyone sort of knew that this could happen. You know, we see Mark trying to go with him here, but he is running wide already, forcing him into mistakes. That is Marq Vinales trying to go through Tito Rabat, not around him, just straight through him.
I'm not sure that's going to work. He's eventually somehow got it done though. So Maverick, the winner, of course, last time out in Jerez, moves up another position. Oh, disaster for Pecco Bagnaia, victor at the Red Bull Ring, but down in 11th place at the moment is the Pramac Ducati man. It looks as though there's absolutely no chance of him making it 2 wins in this virtual MotoGP race series. Meanwhile, we're on board with Valentino Rossi trying to recover from that opening lap crash. He's chasing down the Suzuki of Joan Mir, who of course we welcome back to the virtual series after his first appearance in the opening race at Mugello. Here comes Rossi up the inside, but no way through there. Just for a second, thought he was going to let off the brakes and rush up the inside. Talking of rushing up the inside, Maverick Vinales way too hot into that opening sector, and down he goes, front end folds, and it's a second crash already for Maverick Vinales. It looks as though a second virtual win's out of the question for him as well.
Who was that down at the front there?
I think
who was
must
that?
have been Lorenzo Savadori, the Aprilia rider. We weren't even mentioning him. He was up to 4th place.
That must have been a rocket start for him. I think he was 10th place on the grid, was he?
He was, all the way down in 10th place as Valentino Rossi finally makes his way past Joan Mir. A little bit of the Maverick Vinales in him as he nudges his way past. Meanwhile, a change in 2nd place as Alex Marquez swoops through on Marq Marquez as if he was standing still.
I think that was a very deliberate change of position there. I feel like Mark knows he's not quite as fast as his brother, so he's gone and let Alex chase down the race leader, Fabio Quartararo.
Well, there we go. We've got the answer for it. He says, I prefer to be in 3rd place than crash trying to overtake you. So this is unlike Marq Marquez. When have we ever seen Marq Marquez give away a place just to have a comfortable podium?
I don't think we've ever even had that thought come into our minds, Jack, to be honest.
Who thought it that the virtual MotoGP races would have brought out a side to Marq Marquez that we've never seen before, just allowing his brother through, who now has the task of trying to chase down Fabio Quartararo ahead of him. A task, of course, which is certainly going to be easier said than done, because the Frenchman is away with it at the moment. There he is, the number 20. Picked up a 3rd pole position, and at the moment, I know we're only in the early stages, I was going to say, looks like he's cruising towards the victory, but he's gone down, he's took the front, and Fabio Quartararo has that race win flash before his eyes. Alex Marquez swoops through, says thank you very much indeed, and now hits the front.
Well, I can't quite believe what I've seen there. I mean, Fabio has been absolutely rapid this whole time. We saw him in the little free practice we had before qualifying, and then the qualifying itself. He was far quicker than the rest of them, absolutely by miles. So we'll have to see if he can catch up back to Alex Marquez. We know that Mark's now behind him. I think he actually questioned there why he was in front of him all of a sudden. Well, of course, Mark, that is because Fabio did the unexpected and he has crashed.
Yeah, look at that. We've got our 3 leaders there, all within a couple of seconds. Who's that's gone down? Joan Mir on the Suzuki. Tucks the front in the final sector here at Misano, but looks as though we've got quite the race in store, because there's first place across the line now. Alex Marquez, quickly followed by Fabio Quartararo in second, and Marq Marquez just trying to hang on in third place. There's Valentino Rossi in a bit of no man's land at the moment in fourth place. He's got 4 seconds in front of him and 4 seconds, nearly 5 seconds behind him now. So it looks as though he's got quite the task to be able to chase down a potential podium place. Meanwhile, we just had a quick flick on towards Maverick Vinales and Tito Rabat's fight for 7th place. A good run so far from Tito into his 3rd virtual race now, and is putting a good performance together for 7th place. Is the Reale Avinti Ducati man. Meanwhile, let's focus on the front, because this is the fight that we're obviously going to be focusing on as our cameras focus in on the screens of Alex Marquez and Fabio Quartararo. Total concentration from the pair of them as they come side by side here down the back straight. Alex Marquez just has the advantage. They ping off each other like a pinball machine, and suddenly there goes Quartararo trying to squeeze through, but no way up the inside, and Alex Marquez will hang on. A pinball machine? Yeah,
definitely. I think that sounds about right. We saw a little wide smile on the face there of Fabio. I think he knows that it's just a matter of time until he's through on Alex Marquez.
Meanwhile, there's Marq Marquez talking once again. This time, just commenting on Fabio, who we just missed that. He just hearing in my ears, he said, guys, I'm much more nervous than in the race here 12 months ago, and of course he had Marq Marquez stalking him for all, I don't know how many laps it was, but it was 100% of the race that Marq Marquez was stuck to his rear wheel.
Certainly enough laps to make him nervous anyway, that's for sure, Jack.
Meanwhile, Fabio saying he's more nervous here, and he's in 2nd place. He's doing the chasing at the moment. It's role reversal with a Marquez out front, this time in Alex, with Quartararo just a 1/10 of a second behind. Meanwhile, a change for 7th place, because Maverick Vinales has got ahead of Tito Rabat in that fight for the lower positions in this virtual race for Misano. Back at the front, Alex Marquez still holding the advantage, as once again we close in on the pair. Fabio Quartararo so close to touching the rear wheel there, but somehow the pair of them managed to avoid disaster.
It seems as though the last lap was just a rehearsal for this lap, and he's up the inside by the looks of it. Can he quite get the drive onto the straight? Doesn't look like it. That Honda's pretty quick out the turns.
That's exactly what happened 1 lap ago as well. Alex Marquez running quite the wide line there, just giving Fabio Quartararo the opportunity to try and show his front wheel up the inside, but no blinking just yet from Alex Marquez. He continues to hold the advantage over Fabio Quartararo. The laps ticking by here, Jack. We're on lap 5 of 9 already. Half race distance has been completed in what has been a fairly exciting race so far. Let's hope that the next 50% offers just as much drama.
And as you say, Jack, just as we are closing in on those laps, counting down towards the final one, it is the sort of time where those nerves do start to come up, and we start to see a few little mistakes. So obviously we haven't seen Alex Marquez being hunted down at the front in any one of the 4 virtual races yet. So we'll just have to see how he handles the pressure.
Here's Lorenzo Savadori aboard the Aprilia. A good ride so far, apart from that line was a little bit suspect. Chasing down a top 5 finish here is Savadori, who, for a man that's only in his, he's in his 2nd race now.
Just 2nd race, Jack, yeah.
Doing a fantastic job.
He certainly is.
Making the most, or getting the absolute most out of that Aprilia at the moment. He's got two former race winners behind him in Maverick Vinales and Pecco Bagnaia. The pair of them not showing anywhere near the same form that we've seen in previous virtual races. Meanwhile, back at the front, and it's still Alex Marquez leading the way, but Fabio Quartararo, I didn't think it was possible for him to get any closer, but certainly is here. Here we go. Looks up the inside, but no way through. It's still Marquez leading the way here in Misano. This looks like we could have ourselves a last lap battle if these two continue to fight as they are doing.
Oh, it certainly does, Jack. And Alex has just started to make a few little mistakes. We saw him run wide in 2 corners consecutively there. I think Fabio knows what's coming soon. It's going to be a dive down the inside, I reckon. He's gone wide again there. Oh, and they barge into each other going into the straight.
Gets a wry smile out of Alex Marquez. But Fabio Quartararo, meanwhile, no emotion whatsoever on his face. He was even leaning backwards. I'm not sure what the tactic was there. You can see Alex Marquez has a typical game of tactics. You might be able to see that his head goes left when the bike goes left, His head goes right, just as we're seeing there, as the bike goes right as well. Here he is, tuck it in, and Quartararo again touches the rear wheel of Alex Marquez, but the pair of them somehow stay on, and now they come together. Alex Marquez is down, and Fabio's down as well. I don't believe it. The two leaders have gone down, and it allows Marq Marquez to sweep through. Look at the excitement of Marq Marquez's face. He cannot believe it.
Absolute disbelief there on his face. Completely shocked. He had no idea.
I'm sure we're going to get something out of Marq Marquez in a minute, because he won't be able to believe his luck.
Oh, he didn't even think he was going to get on the podium in this race, let alone win it.
And now he's leading. I cannot believe what's happening.
I'll tell you what though, look at that, back to serious now. He's realised what's happened here. Now he's got to put the fast laps in, make sure they stay behind him.
There's Alex talking to Fabio, asking for a race direction review at the end of this one. I'm not sure who was at fault there. It looked as though the pair of them came together. Alex just lost it, and Fabio was on the grass, and the 50% of that, 50% of running into the bike caused them to go down.
I think we can mark it up as just a racing incident, that one, Jack.
Marq Marquez certainly will not care.
No,
one iota.
Not one bit.
Who'd have thought it? As he comes into the final corner here, we've got just 2 laps remaining of the Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli, and it's Marq Marquez who leads. He completely wrote off his chances before we got underway. He said he'd be delighted with the podium. Now he's staring victory in the face.
Well, there's certainly one man who knows how to lead a race and win races. Of course is Marq Marquez. I don't know how many races he's won in the Premier Class, but I do know it's a fair few, so this situation I don't think it'll faze him too much.
Just 2 laps remaining then. Here's Valentino Rossi. Of course, we've completely forgotten about him. The crash for both Alex and Fabio will have allowed him just to close in a little bit. He's only 1.8 seconds now, 2 seconds off of the rear wheel of Fabio Quartararo, as a pair of them, both Quartararo and Alex Marquez, will be absolutely throwing everything that they've got at trying to close in the race leader.
Now, Jack, I don't want to get you excited or anything here, but I have just been watching the gap between 3rd and 1st place, and it is coming down by quite a few tenths each sector. I'm just wondering, we've got like a lap and a quarter to go here. Is there any chance that Fabio could catch the 2 Marquez brothers out front?
Surely not. I mean, he has got the pace. Well, he has got the pace.
He certainly has got the pace.
I don't think it's a surely not. I think
it's possible.
Who knows? Here we go. We're going to be starting the last lap in just a couple of seconds' time. We're into the final sector here. This is the penultimate corner. We're then going to be hard on the brakes here into the final corner, where we've seen some race winning overtakes over the years here in San Marino. And we've got the front 3. Let me try and put my teeth in. The excitement's getting to me, separated by absolutely nothing.
Both gone wide as well.
Bit of a mistake from Alex as he's closing in bit by bit. Fabio's in the distance as well. The 3 of them are going to come together here as we get into the latter stages of the lap. Just 1 lap to go here, and it could be anybody, if Marq Marquez, Alex Marquez or Fabio Quartararo, that wins this 4th virtual MotoGP race. Marq Marquez leads the way. He's got less than a second advantage now over Alex Marquez, and that is coming down by the 10th every time I look at the screen. 0.7 of a second it was, now 0.6, now 0.5, now down to 0.4. Alex is closing in. He's going to get close enough for a move here, Jack.
Oh, I can't believe it. I'm getting excited just watching this. Unbelievable. Look at the 3 facial expressions there. Mark looks like he's on a little Sunday cruise, and the other 2 dead serious. Absolutely, this is all or nothing. Win it or bin it.
It certainly is, Jack, and it's going to be win it or bin it very, very shortly, because we're into the final sector at Misano here. There's a puff of dust there from Alex Marquez running wide. Is that going to compromise his run?
He's going to go for it.
3 right-handers. The 3 of them are coming together here. Someone's going to lunge up the inside, surely. Here comes Fabio Quartararo. He took to the front, so Quartararo's out of it. He's going to come down to either Marq Marquez or Alex Marquez. Valentino Rossi swoops through, and he looks like he's going to steal a podium place. We're at the final corner.
He's gone wide.
And Mark goes wide. Here comes Alex Marquez. He's going to take it on the
He's going to do it.
line. And we have our first double virtual race winner in Alex Marquez. He steals it away from brother Marq Marquez at the final corner on the final lap. Valentino Rossi takes a podium finish at his home Grand Prix here in Misano, and it's commiserations for Fabio Quartararo, a 3rd pole position but he still doesn't taste podium success. What a race!
Oh, what a race, unbelievable. It all fell apart for Fabio in the final few laps. Can't believe it. Valentino, look at him. He doesn't even know what to think of it. He's on the podium. It came out of nowhere for him. P3 for the doctor at his home Grand Prix.
Absolutely magnificent virtual MotoGP race. Who would have thought it? Alex Marquez diving up the inside of Marq Marquez after his brother, the 8-time world champion, made such an unusual mistake for him. Who would have thought it? That it would have been Marq Marquez making a mistake at the final corner on the final lap to throw away a victory. There's Fabio just saying, or trying to debrief exactly what happened. Let's have a quick listen in.
Pero Fabio, ¿cuándo me has pasado tú?
Empezar el mateix temps, al Peco.
¿Quién? Porque tenías penalización, Mir. A lo mejor tenías
I think
penalización.
Mark just saying there something to Johan Mir about a penalty possibly. Not too sure what that one was for.
Well, it looks as though nearly everybody's got a penalty there. It's only Alex Marquez and Fabio Quartararo that didn't pick up any sort of time penalty, but it's not affected the order whatsoever, with Johan Mir keeping hold of that top 5 finish. Maverick Vinales there in 6th. Pecco Bagnaia in 7th. Disappointment for both Vinales and Bagnaia. Taka Nakagami in 8th. Lorenzo Savadori in 9th.